Whoa! Is that Longlai Poo-Boo?
Oh, incredible. It's easy to see why it's one of the 100 wonders of the Republic.
Remember, everyone, we'll only be here for 20 minutes.
We will be returning to Longlai before 7 p.m., so make sure you're ready to go.
Hey, is the launch happening over this direction?
Yeah, from Zeku's space base, right? It's really close to Longlai, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't say it's close exactly. It's quite deep into the mountain range, especially since we're in the foothills now. From here, the shortest route would be the Southeast Mountain Pass.
Then, can you take us there tomorrow?
Me too! I want to see the rocket from up close! That might be difficult.
Sorry, folks, but no can do. The mountain path has been closed by the authorities. And seeing as there are also quite a few monsters about, I'm afraid you'll have to give up on the idea.
Bummer.
If it's a government lockdown, then it's probably for our own safety. Still...
Don't worry, everyone. You'll be able to see the rocket launch very clearly from the streets of Longlai. I've even seen both of the previous launches myself, with my own 2 eyes.
You have?
Tell us, where can we get the best views?
When we return, you can hire me to take you to all the secret spots.
You sure are a keen businessman. Gotta say, I'm glad this town's got a good view of the launch. It'll make it easier for us bracers to keep everyone safe.
All right. Everyone in one piece? Hard to believe that little detour cost us the whole day.
See you around, everyone!
It's up to you guys now. Do me a favor. See it through to the end.
If the need arises, you can still contact us through the garden. May the goddess protect you.
And may Arusha guide you. Stay safe, Fee, everyone.
Later, Crow, Rean. You gents and I will have to do lunch and talk movies sometime.
All right, it's a deal. Looking forward to it. You two stay safe till then, you hear?
Right. From the look of it, you're headed to a pretty harsh place. Please be careful, everyone. We'll do what we can to support everyone in the garden, too. Oh, Mint! Please give everyone back at Thor's an update for us. Yep, sure will.
Seems like tomorrow's gonna be a big day for them, too. The Dominions, the Elsheim crew, almost seems like everyone in that group has their own agenda. Heck, Heiyue too. Though I guess they're all trying to get ahead of the presidential office. They've got that in common, at least. Yeah, the same could be said of Arkwright and Kevin's groups.
You two? We'd be more than happy to join in on your serious conversation. But in these circumstances, it's really hard for us to concentrate.
Sorry, I wouldn't have been able to carry you in the soldat's hands safely.
It's fine, it was an emergency. Though, now that I think of it, I could have just ridden on Clown Soleus.
Guess we better hurry and let you gals out of here, huh?
Hey! Come on, Crow! At least act a little embarrassed.
We'll be lucky if we're not discovered until morning.
We'll probably be fine. I'm sure the CID and Republican Army have their hands full. Had we flown straight toward the space base, we'd probably have been discovered and captured immediately. Yep, though it doesn't look like there's any surveillance.
I've been feeling on edge since yesterday. Why don't we hurry over to Longlai early so we can take a load off? Probably gonna be pretty packed. You did make the arrangements with them, right? Yeah, but It was so last minute, I felt bad for springing it on them out of the blue.
If I recall correctly, you and your family came here for a trip early last year, right? Oh, Rean! Doesn't your family's Phoenix Wings Inn have a connection with the place here in Calvert?
That's right. It's the most famous hot springs inn in Longlai, Heki-Zanro. By that night, it had been a day since we'd left Basel aboard Elsheim's airship, the Horvatat. While doing our best to avoid the surveillance of the Republican Army and the CID, we got in touch with our various allies. Because long-distance communications were jammed, we had our contact exchange info with Elsheim, Heiyue, and even a reporter from the Tyrell Times. The time came for us to part ways with Elsheim and the Dominions so that they could fulfill their own role. They were headed to the site of a certain tragedy in order to uncover Professor Hamilton's true intentions before judgment was passed on her. For our part, we went to look into the operation we knew as Project Startaker. We made our way to Longlai to get a good view of the space program, which we believed to be related to what Crow and I saw. To the south rose the Ishgal Mountains, which hid the huge basin known as Konlon. That is where the military built their space base, sealed off by Ikaruga for the past 2 years. I was convinced it was there that I would find the land where the heavens turn, as described by my master, Yun Kafai.
I've got a message from our teacher. I'll be waiting for you come the promised day, in the land where the heavens turn.
According to my intel, they'll be patrolling the mountain range until noon.
Was that the 2nd Air Force Squadron? Seems they're not the only unit on the lookout.
Yeah, they're calling it a flight exercise so that everyone will stay calm. But it's pretty obvious they're not just up there for training. We're not the only ones having doubts.
I'd say the fact that people are only having doubts as opposed to outright panic just goes to show how impressive the CID really is. I suppose we can credit their division chief for that. Or perhaps it's Kincaid's skill at work.
No denying that. Though I do wonder why they've left us to our own devices.
Been a while since I've seen your morning ritual, but it's still a sight to behold. You're right. It looks really intense at first, but halfway through, it becomes more loose and relaxed. I've seen it a few times before, but it felt a little different today.
Actually...
Thinking about your fellow disciple? Or maybe... you've sensed a certain someone else?
Yeah, another presence. One I couldn't feel at all last night. Maybe he stopped by to join me in my morning practice.
Man, this porridge is delish. Just what I need to get me going this morning.
You really drank your fill last night, didn't you, Crow? So good! You know, if you dip the fried bread into the soup before you eat it, it'll be full of juicy flavor. These black sides are what you call pidan, right? Century eggs? I'd always wondered how they taste. The rich and bitter flavor is actually quite addictive. This donbang tastes so good. It's like an egg crepe. Crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside.
It's a bit different from the traditional meal we had last night. Sounds like this is a standard breakfast here in Longlai. And you're right about the porridge. Its rich, nutritious broth reminds me of what my master used to make for me when I was training.
Didn't he come to Ymir to train you every year since you were 10?
You haven't seen him in 6 years, right? Since before you enrolled in Thor's.
That's right. I wasn't even able to meet him during the Civil War or the Battle of Jormungand. It's just been letters and messages. Even if there were several times when I nearly ran into him, apparently. Though, I get the feeling he's been watching over me this whole time. My struggles with my ogre power, all the trials I've had to overcome, including my match against the other me. I have no doubt he's believed in me all along. Believed that I would persevere. I guess I'm just grateful to him.
Rean. Sounds like he's the man who made you who you are today.
He sure is. And soon he'll finally get to see the fruits of all my labor.
The time is nigh. The 8 leaves must come together as one, and cut a path to the land where the heavens turn. It is after your fateful clash with the Black God that you will find your true blade.
I'm sure he has a goal of his own that he's been working toward in the shadows. Something related to the space program.
Ikaruga, the Jaeger Corps known as the strongest in all of East Zemuria. To think this man was the chieftain of such a group.
It seems that once he passed the clan on to the next generation, he decided to train those in West Zemuria in the way of the Divine Blade. Judging by how your sister disciple turned out, he's not just any old man.
Yeah. I heard he helped Arkwright's group yesterday in Inkerville. But he wasn't just there to help them. Apparently, he was tracking down an important lead.
That's all well and good, but let's not forget that it's Ikaruga blocking all the roads to the space base. Taking our mechs will only get the military on our asses. So, what are you thinking we should do?
The rocket takes off at 1 p.m. We need to somehow traverse the mountains so we can see it launch up close. Plus, we need to find out the true purpose of the Excalibur, now that we've inadvertently helped them with the finishing touches. And we need to get to the bottom of what it was Crow and I saw at the observatory.
Boy, our to-do list just keeps piling up. Just remember that even if we get to see the launch up close, it doesn't mean it'll give us any answers.
But if Rean's unclouded eye is compelling him, then I think we should go. After all, that's the same thing that eventually led us to facing the other Rean and finding out the truth in the Retributive Tower. I agree. We should be prepared, though. Things might end up even worse than back then. The fate of Zemuria is at stake. You could say, our world is coming to a crossroads.
Or nothing might end up happening, and then it's all good, yeah? A spectacular show like this isn't something you want to experience secondhand. The whole world's watching.
You're right about that.